Hey everybody, welcome back to Epic Beauty Fail. I'm Jessica. On today's video, we're going to be doing another Foundation Friday. And this week, we're going to be using the Covergirl Plus Olay Simply Ageless Liquid Foundation. I have it in the shade 205. I did buy this from Ulta, and I will say that it's a little bit weird because there's no cap. I don't know if you guys can see that if the camera's picking it up, but there's actually a piece of tape holding, like just covering the lid there, or the pump there. I've seen this in the drugstore, and in the drugstore it has a cap on it. So I'm not quite sure what happened at Ulta for it to have lost its cap and to be using a piece of tape to hold the lid steady, but it is what it is. So I did take that little piece of tape off. We're going to be using this today. Like I said, it is the Covergirl Simply Ageless Foundation. Before I turned on the camera, I did spray my face down with the Pixie Hydrating Milky Mist. I also used my Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer, which are the typical starting points when I'm doing a foundation review. It is getting into the fall, so I did moisturize my skin before putting on makeup today. I know most people probably do that all the time. I don't. I usually do my skincare routine at night, and then I don't really have much of a skincare routine in the mornings. So yeah, I did actually use some moisturizer this morning, just a little bit. I'm going to go to the CoverGirl website. I think this said it has 12 shades. Yes, 12 shades. Not a lot of shades. That is all there is. It's pitiful. But I'm going to go ahead and read from the website. Maybe there's really not much information here. Covergirl meets Olay science with a product that instantly reduces wrinkles, evens skin tone, and delivers firming hydration with a Simply Ageless 3-in-1 foundation. I have it in shade 205 Ivory, which is the lightest shade. Again, the shade range is very, very poor. Benefits. Covergirl meets Olay science with a product that instantly, I just read that. It's the same thing. Instantly reduces the look of wrinkles, delivers firming moisture, and improves tone. And then it actually gives you like directions on how to put it on. So, all right. That's it. That's the entire description on the Covergirl website. I have found that as I've been doing these foundation reviews, the actual brand websites don't have a lot of description. I found that like the Ulta or the Sephora websites actually have more description on them than the brand sites, which is kind of weird, which I continue to go back to the brand sites to give you the description. If you hear any noises, it's because my 3 boys in my house are getting ready for a wrestling event this evening. They aren't wrestling, they're going to watch wrestling live. So they're all a little bit hyped up and excited. Anyway, we're going to go ahead. I'm going to pump some of this on the back of my hand. I am going to be using a sponge on one side of my face and a brush on the other side of my face. I don't know if you guys can see that. It is pretty liquidy, so it's starting to run pretty quickly. Sigma F80 on the right side, and I believe this is a Real Technique sponge on the left side. I was using my beauty blender for so long that I have an entire bag of sponges back here, literally an entire bag of sponges, and I have no idea what any of them are. Sponges and then like poofs. Yeah, I have no idea what brand any of these are. No idea. I do have a couple still in packages. Like I have a NYX one. I have my Flower Beauty one that I absolutely love in a package. Oh, actually, there's a NYX. I forgot to put it back. And then I have like a Sonia Kashuk one that's still in the package. So I am not buying another beauty blender right now. Sponges aren't terribly different, and I know a lot of people love this one. Like I said, I'm pretty sure this is the Real Techniques. Anyway, we're going to go in with the Sigma F80 brush on the right side of my face, and if I remember correctly, a lot of times, I shouldn't say if I remember correctly, because I'm not sure off the top of my head if I've used any other CoverGirl foundations. I'd say it's probably a good bet, but I can't say for certain. But a lot of drugstore foundations have a tendency to oxidize on me. So even though this might look a little bit light right now, we'll either bronze it up or it'll oxidize. And this has an odd scent to it. I can't really place it. It smells almost like popcorn, and I know that's insane, and I know it doesn't actually smell like popcorn, but that's almost what it smells like. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put this on, and I will be right back. All right, I still feel like I have a lot of redness coming through on my cheek here, and I'm having a difficult time getting it to build up sufficiently, but we'll work with it. I'm going to put some powder on it in a couple of minutes anyway, and we'll see if that helps. All right. I don't know. I'm like not loving the coverage. The oxidation or lack thereof is still yet to be seen. I'm going to go in with the Real Techniques sponge and do the other side of my face. I'm definitely going to need more of the product. I lost it there on my table. All right, so I'm going over my entire face with the sponge. I only put 2 pumps on my hand, and I'm not using as much because I had 3 pumps on the other side when I used the brush. So I think that's kind of odd. Usually I get a lighter coverage with a sponge. Maybe it's just the way that this sponge works versus some other sponges. I got a lot of foundation in my eyebrows. I'm gonna have to fix that. But I'm not getting a lot of coverage. Like I have this blemish here on my chin. I have a couple other ones here on my chin that I'm not getting a lot of coverage for, which I'm not loving. So I'll have to go over those with a little bit of concealer, which is fine. I have to do that with other foundations too. So it's not just this one. I still have some foundation on the back of my hand. So I'm going to try to build this up in a couple of spots. I'm surprised at how little I used on this side of my face, to be honest with you. I figured I would actually need more than on the brush side because that's typically what I have to do. So I don't know if this sponge is just soaking up more than like my beauty blender would, but yeah, I don't know. But I'm going to go over the whole face here with the sponge. I'm probably going to be putting some concealer on my nose as well because that's just my preference. I'm going to use that last little bit and still try to cover up that blemish on my chin, which is a doozy. So, all right. That is what I'm going to go with today. I'm not going to put any more on. It is definitely a little bit pale. I thought this was a neutral undertone. Just says 205 Ivory. It doesn't say the undertone. So it is a little bit pale. You guys can see more of my face than I can in my mirror here, but it's a little bit pale. It's fine though. I'm going to bronze it up a little bit and we'll go from there. If you can hear a little bit of noise in the background, my son is over here watching a YouTube video. So yeah. All right, I'm going to stop with the sponge. I do like the sponge though. Anyway. All right, the time now is, I plugged my phone in so I can't show you on my phone. I'm going to just show you my watch. Let's do it that way. It is, can you guys see that? Just about 11:15. Yes, I'm getting a little bit of a late start today, but that's okay. It is Saturday when I'm filming this, and I will be just fine checking in at, what is it, 3:15 and then at 7:15. That is just fine. I'm going a little bit itchy here on my nose, which is kind of weird. And I am going to be leaving my house here very shortly, as soon as I get my makeup done, actually, to go on a little bit of a road trip. So it should be interesting. And I'm getting a little bit itchy over here too. That's weird. And it's definitely moving with my fingernails. So I'm going to be, oh, that's sticky. Okay, I'm definitely going to be powdering this. So I am going to go ahead and turn the camera off for a moment, put on the rest of my makeup, and I will be right back. All right, you guys, I am back. It is 11:40. You can't see that. Let me grab my phone. 11:41 by my phone, if it's going to focus. I don't think it is. There it goes, 11:41. So it took me a little bit of time to get my makeup on, and that is okay. Let me tell you what I have on my face. Sorry, my contacts are like, I put too much mascara on, to be honest with you. I put 2 different mascaras on, and it's, my contacts aren't happy about it. Not that the mascara, but because I was like brushing my eyelashes for so long and my eye, never mind. Okay. On my face, I have the Catrice Liquid Camo Concealer. My two powders that I normally use, these are both Physicians Formula. This is the Mineral Face Powder. This is the Mineral Correcting Powder. I dip into both. Okay. I have the Balm Take Home the Bronze Bronzer in Oliver on my cheeks, a little bit on my forehead, a little bit on my chin. The Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush in Party. The Essence Pure Nude Highlighter in Be My Highlight. It's just a very subtle highlighter. And then I sprayed my face with the MAC Fix Plus in the coconut scent. I have the MAC Painterly Paint Pot on my lids as the primer. In my brows, I have the Covergirl Ultra Fine Brow Pencil in Soft Blonde. On my lips, I have this Revlon lipstick, which I don't know the name of. Revlon Ultra HD Lip Color in the shade HD Sand, just a nude. My lashes, I have Bad Gal Bang and Benefit Roller Lash, both are Benefit. Bad Gal Bang and Roller Lash, but like I said, I had my eyes like lifted too long on my contacts, which is why they're acting a little funky. And then my eyeshadow is the Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson Mini Controversy. This is the only one I was able to get my hands on right away. I have not gotten the Conspiracy yet. I did order it, but I was in the pre-order group, the 60,000 pre-order, so I'm not going to be getting that until probably the end of November, early December. That's what they said. But I did get this, the Mini Controversy palette, on Beautylish, at least today when I'm filming it on Saturday. What is today? Saturday the 9th. You guys are seeing this a few days later, about a week later. It is still available. This one in particular is still available on Beautylish, if you've ever ordered from Beautylish. I think it's still available on Jeffree Star Cosmetics as well. But the Controversy palette I'll be getting in a few weeks. So what is on my lids? Cry on My Couch all over my lid to set the primer. I'm liking that color a lot. Diet Root Beer in my crease. I have Canceled all over the lid, Covered by My Boyfriend's Purse, Covered by Controversy, which is giving me that nice like indigo shade on my lid. I have Flat Earth in along my brow bone and my inner corner. I put a little bit of the Simulation in my outer corner, but I wasn't liking that, so I went over it with My Apology, which started bringing me into the purple shades. I did put, the only shade I did not touch is Exposed. Yeah, because then on my under eye, I have Controversy and Canceled to give me that indigo. Did I say flavor? Indigo color. Yeah, so I ended up with like a purpley bluey look, and I'm digging it. I went in with just Canceled, and I wasn't loving it because of the Simulation wasn't sitting right on my outer corner. That might have been the brush I was using. I'm not sure. But I'm loving the palette. I really, really am. Like I said, the only shade in this palette today, this is the first time I'm using it, the only shade I didn't use is Exposed, and I will be using that in the future. But I'm really liking it. I'm liking how it all came together. Like, in the middle of the look, I was like, I'm not sure I'm going to like this. It all came together, and I am actually really enjoying it. That is everything. Yes, it is. I'm going to zoom you in, and we're going to talk about the foundation. All right, so looking at it close up. All right, let's say positive things first. I'm liking how it's sitting on my cheeks. I think it's sitting very nicely on my cheeks and on my nose. I think it looks really good actually in the center part of my face. My forehead, it's actually looking pretty good as well. It's not getting super deeply into my line on my forehead, so it's actually looking pretty good. My chin though, it's all cracked up, and I don't know that you guys can see that. This camera doesn't pick up my chin very well. I will try to pick it up at 3:15 when I'm checking in then, but I'm not loving the way it's looking around my mouth, which is the part of my skin that is the biggest problem area. Did I say my chin again? What is going on with my words today? The part of my face, which is my biggest problem area, is my mouth and my chin. But overall, I'm actually liking the look of it right now. Like I said, I'm not even quite a full hour in, but I am liking the way it's looking. Maybe that's just because I'm digging my eye look. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not loving the way it's sitting on my chin, but I will show you that close up during my midday check-in to see if it's getting any better, any worse. Sometimes it does get better actually as my natural oils come in and it's starting to look a little bit nice. Sometimes it does look a little bit better as the day goes on my chin. So we will keep an eye on that and I will let you know. I am going to an all-you-can-eat lunch. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on my chin, but around my mouth, it has a possibility to wear off because that's going to be my only meal for the day. So I'm going to be indulging. So I just wanted to give you that warning because by the time I check in at 3:15, lunch will be over with. So yeah. All right. I'm going to go ahead, turn off the camera. We're going to get on the road because where we're heading is a little over an hour away. So yeah, we're going to get on the road and I will see you all at midday. All right, y'all. So it is midday. I've got Nick here with me. I'm going to show you my skin and then we're going to talk about it because I'm not loving it right now. Okay. So obviously I had sunglasses on, so you can't, I'm not going to hold that against the foundation. I mean, that's just the facts. I don't know of very many foundations that hold up to, you know, having sunglasses moving all around on them. But I'm looking in the car mirror here and I am really not liking the way it's sitting on my chin. Like my blemishes are starting to come through and I'm not loving that. I think on my cheeks it's looking okay, on my forehead it's looking okay, but I'm not loving the way it's looking on my chin. In fact, I'm really not liking the way it's looking on my chin. I feel like it looks really dry around my mouth. I don't know. Nick, what do you think of what it looks like? He's asleep. That's what he feels about what it looks like. Okay, anyway. Looking at it, I'm just not loving the way it's looking around my mouth. I think other parts on my face, I think it's looking okay. But around my mouth, I'm just really not loving it. I don't know what he's doing. But like I said, we did go to eat and I don't feel like it wiped off a lot when I was using like the napkin and stuff, but I just feel like it's looking a little dry around my mouth, which is weird. I don't remember this being dry. Like this isn't a dry foundation, right? It's in a natural finish. So yeah, I'm not loving it, but we've still got several hours. Oh, I forgot to tell you what time it was. It is 3:26, so I'm just a little bit behind 4 hours. So I've had it on a little bit over 4 hours.
And close to the Alabama game and my Michigan State game.
Yeah, I'm just not loving. I'm not loving that. So, all right, I will check in again with you guys in about 4 more hours. All right, y'all. It is the end of the night. It is. I'm early. It is 6:42, so I'm about a half an hour early. Not anything in particular because of the foundation, just because honestly, I am ready to take my makeup off. Get into some pajamas, get started back towards getting ready for bed. I'm going to eat a bowl of ice cream, low carb ice cream, low calorie, enlightened ice cream. I don't know. I think it's going to be enlightened ice cream. So if you know what enlightened ice cream is, it is a lower calorie, lower sugar, lower carb ice cream. Anyway, let's get into the makeup, right? I put lipstick on because I just filmed my BoxyCharm unboxing, which you should have seen earlier this week. Anyway, let's talk about the foundation. I am not excited about this foundation. Let's say that. My oils are definitely starting to come in. You can see them a little bit more shiny. Another half an hour, I don't think is going to make that much of a difference. So I'm already filming right now. I filmed my BoxyCharm unboxing and I was like, you know what? I know I'm a half an hour early. I'm just going to go ahead and film this closeout right now anyway. But I think it still looks good on my forehead. I think it looks good on my cheeks. I think it looks good on my nose. My chin though, I have been complaining about my chin all day long. It is a hot mess. And again, I don't know that this camera is going to pick it up very well, but I just have little lines everywhere. In here, the skin is just like all crackled and stuff. That's what I call it. It's crackled. It's basically like, it just looks like a spider web. You know when glass breaks and it like spider webs? That's kind of what my chin looks like right on these two areas here. I am 40 years old. I have older skin. My skin is not young by any stretch of that word. So I do have imperfections and I do not have a glass skin. I just don't. Now, this does claim to be a lot of things. It's CoverGirl and Olay Simply Ageless. I think it looks really good on the parts of my skin that are not a mess, meaning pretty much everywhere but my chin. My chin looks bad to me. You guys might not be able to see it from the distance between me and where the camera's picking me up at, but when I'm looking at it real close in the mirror, it's not looking very great. So I will try this again. Not my favorite foundation that I've tried this year. Probably not the worst either. It's not sticking out as the worst, but it's definitely not the best. So that's going to be it for my foundation review for now. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up down below. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and don't forget the little bell to notify you when I upload new videos. And if you have any comments, put those in the comment section down below. What are your thoughts on the CoverGirl and Olay Simply Ageless liquid foundation? I would love to know what you all think of this foundation if you've given it a try. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you on the next Epic Beauty Fail. Bye!